This one.
Here we go. Are we live?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Magic Hour.
Yeah. Oh, your sound is a little bit underwater-y sounding.
Ooh, can you hear me now?
Fine. Sounds fine. I think it's when you just lean back a bit. So, are we up on Facebook and stuff?
I think so. Yeah, I see us up everywhere.
Okay. I'm checking. There we are. There. Yep. Cool. Okay, so let's see comments. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh my gosh. So, okay, is that banner right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Stephanie. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. So,
I'm excited to do our part 2 of what is a witch.
Right, part 2. Right.
Hi, Mark. We've got somebody joining us already, and everyone who's coming in and joining us, all you viewers out there. At the end of the hour, we will have about 20 minutes to give live readings and answer questions.
Right. Oh, hi, Mark. How are you? Good to see you. So hi, I'm Anna Stone, and I am a graduate student getting my PhD in transpersonal psychology and my second master's in consciousness and transformative studies. And I'm also a witch and a tarot card reader and a psychic. So what are you, Stephanie?
Hi, I'm Stephanie Siren. I am a full-time healer and witch. I'm a psychic medium. And so I use that in my healing modalities to intuitively see what's going on with my clients. I also use it as an energetic alignment and help them get to their best lives.
Right.
So we're here talking today about what is a witch? And we had a previous episode from last week, right, that we were talking about our experiences and also what a witch is in history, right? And also,
yeah, we went over the history,
broad
strokes about witchcraft and what it means back then, but we didn't really get a chance to get to now, like how it is in its current iteration of today, right? So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today, plus the other things that come along with it and what it is not also. So that's important because people have misconception about a lot of things and they tend to lump it all into one category when it's not the case. So we'll hopefully clear some of that up. So, and thank you, Mark. That's very nice of you to say.
And I'm probably going to get the name wrong, but Sikelius and hello, Lizzie. Hi, guys. We will be answering questions at the end. And I do psychic mediumship, so we can connect at the end.
Right. So, and if you have questions about, like, in the meantime, if you have questions about anything we're talking about regarding witchcraft and psychic abilities, please post it in the chat and we will answer it to the best of our ability.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so Anna, I had spoken earlier in the earlier episode about what my element was that I work with, and I had said spirit, right? Because I work with, I'm a medium, I'm a psychic medium, so I work with spirit often.
Right.
And I also am an energy worker, an energy master, so that's also working with the essence, right, of spirit.
Right.
So what would you say is your element, and where is your gift lie with
fire? Definitely. So from my earliest memories, like fire has always been a thing. Like I've always used fire in all of my workings. And also I'm a Leo, like a triple Leo. So like, I guess that matters maybe, I'm not sure, but it's probably not so much, but it's just, I resonate with it a lot. And I've always, I don't know, I've been able to, be able to visualize through like pyromancy, like looking through the flame to be able to see images and stuff. And then also spirit, because I mean, as a kid, I was tormented by spirits. And even up until, honestly, if I'm being super honest about it, it was still terrifying to me up until probably 2016, 2017, after I had my near-death experience. And then, then it started getting really intense, like way worse than it had been before. And I just kept trying to suppress it and ignore it. And that was not the right answer at all to do, because it got worse. I guess they're mad about it. And that's what someone told me. She said, hey, they're mad. Like you got to acknowledge it, or it's going to get worse. So I finally relented and did it. And then it stopped and it just totally chilled out and has been completely now under control, which was kind of annoying to me, because I was like, I could have just, that was it. That was the answer this whole time. Damn it.
Well, I have to say, since I do work with people who are gifted and I coach people who are gifted, right? And one thing that I tell everyone is, if you don't use the energy, the God-given gift, right? The gift of just being psychic or having mediumship or healing with hands or any of these things, right? If you don't serve it, things are going to get crazy. It's going to blow up.
Right. And it doesn't just impact you. It impacts your people that are around you, because I literally had, I lost babysitters. I lost cleaning people, cleaning crew, that wouldn't come to my house anymore because they were scared and didn't want to deal with it. I'd be at work and I'd be like, you guys are just making it up. I would gaslight them and be like, no, because it was scary to me. But then once I understand it, it's not. So I think a lot of people probably have that same experience. I'm pretty sure, because we were told growing up that none of this is real, from an early age.
Right. Yeah, for sure. We were gaslit from an early age. And I see our chat's kind of going off. So hi from the UK, and also
Dominic.
Hi, awesome. Dominic. Stephanie, nice name.
Yeah. Thanks, Dominic. That's awesome. It says waiting for it all day.
How did you learn to acknowledge spirit? Did you just realize you had to listen and feel? Thank you for that question, Lizzie. I'd like to answer that first.
Yeah.
Okay. So the earliest I remember is because I'm clairvoyant. So I saw spirit, and in my family, they acknowledged it, that we all saw spirit. I didn't know that I was the one who could see it. I thought just our house was haunted. But what it was that my whole family is psychic. It runs in my family. And so I saw spirit as early as the age of 5. I would see them walking through the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like they're made just of something thinner than us, like a mist. And the ones that really have a hard time getting over, on this side to show us themselves, you'll just see a mist.
Yeah. They're like grayscale almost too, right? They're muted colors.
Sometimes. It depends also if it's an energetic imprint or if it's spirit, right? Because imprints are going to be black and white. They're going to be just more rotary and a cyclical, right? Just happening over and over again. But a spirit is going to move about in a non-cyclical way. They're actually going to mess with you randomly because they don't know what will affect you.
Right. They're not on a track, so to speak, like a loop, a memory loop, which is what a residual would be. Right.
Yes, exactly. And so 5 was the time that I remember that I started seeing them. And then I saw my first demon when I was 9, and it scared me. It filled the room.
Yep.
And I know that I wasn't the only one, because my brother was standing there too. And we both saw it, and we both screamed, and I dropped a plate because I was picking up a plate.
You guys are twins, right? Aren't you twins?
No.
No, you're not? Oh, you're just runs in the family. So
runs in the family.
Right.
Oh, yeah. No.
And that's common though.
Twins,
if we see, if we have the ability to see spirits, we're going to see all of the types of them. Unfortunately, so it's not just the good ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the benevolent ones. It can be the ones that are more frightening, I guess you could say, and want to mess with you, which is fun. Right. But
Yeah,
acknowledging them, like, at what point do you need to acknowledge them? Because as a kid, I don't think that they expect that, right? I
right.
mean,
Like I don't think he thought I could see him. I mean, that was the thing that I got from the exchange, which was like, like he was so huge and I was like, holy crap, like this thing. But I've also had visitations from other things too. I've also had visitations from light beings. I've had visitations from Archangel Michael. So it's not just one-sided. It's all of these things, right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what can be upsetting to people, like when
Yes,
they come
because
from backgrounds of specific, like religious backgrounds where,
religious backgrounds
Mhm.
or even just our culture even, like we said in our last show about we went and got psyche bells because we were like, okay, I need to know that I'm not crazy,
Right. Yeah.
because
We did this independently of each other, like
yeah.
completely. Like this is not, we didn't do this like as a team.
No,
You
no,
know.
which
Yeah.
was funny because we were both like, oh my gosh, yeah, me too. But it's just that analytical mind that goes, okay, it's easier to believe that I'm crazy than
Yeah.
that this is real,
Yep.
right?
Right. Because your whole life, literally from the time that you are in school and probably before that, you're told that it's fantasy, it's fairy tale, it's just a bad dream, it's your imagination, blah, blah, blah. Like, so we're literally indoctrinated to believe that we are not anything other than just made up stories in our heads. Like, that's all
Right,
that our experiences
right.
are.
And for me, I think it was also because spirit will approach any of us really in the dream time, I call it, the dream world. Okay.
Sure.
When you're
Yep.
dreaming, if you have a past loved one and you're missing them, all you have to do is ask them to come
Yep.
visit you in the dream time, and they
Yep.
will oblige. If they're able to, they will do it.
Yep. You have to set intention before you go to sleep, though. Like, very,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. And so I was gifted with a very vivid dream time as a child. And then growing up, I would have ancestors visit me in my dreams. And I think the one that made everything so undeniable for me was when my grandfather passed away because I had precogged his death to the last minute detail, the timing, the date, the reason, his diagnosis, all of it. And I loved my grandfather dearly. And it hurt to know this because I knew I was going to miss him so much.
Right. Yeah.
And it wasn't something that I took on lightly. And I went and approached my family. I was like, this is happening. But it afforded them to give him a really good passing, a loving passing, a comfortable passing.
Right.
But
You're
it was,
lucky. You're
yes,
lucky.
yes, it was
Yeah.
a gift. It was a gift. But I also feel, it's hard when you love somebody to see that. And so once it all played out, it was undeniable for me.
Right. Right. I mean, but like, in my family,
Hi, Beth.
it would be the opposite. It would be like, oh my God, don't you go saying that you're going to make it. Like, they would just like discredit it. And at the same time, then blame me for it. So don't say that you're going to make it happen. That kind of gaslighting, like where it's like, now it's my fault
Mhm.
because I said what I saw was
Mhm.
going to happen.
Mhm.
So that was like difficult growing up. But then I got over that real quick. I was like 8. I was like, you guys are dumb. I'm not out of this. I'm out of this situation. Like, this family's nuts. So I just stopped listening to what they had to say about it. But still, I think really common too in your life is these periods of time where you suppress it and you like
Oh,
literally
yes.
go through phases of just absolutely not believing it anymore. Just like, because because you're like the only one, you can't talk, especially back when we were growing up. It was not now. Like, we didn't have TikTok, we didn't have like YouTube, we didn't have these forums where people could come together and share this information. So you had to be really careful about if you ever even dared to say something about it, because you would be completely ostracized, like, you're a
Oh,
crazy person.
yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can't talk about it. You're going through this stuff, you're seeing stuff, everyone's telling you you're lying about it or making it up, or you want attention, and like,
Oh, yeah.
and so you shelf it, you put it away, and that works for a minute. Like, for a little bit it'll work, but
You
then
know
it
what?
won't.
I have a question, Anna. So, do all witches have all abilities, or do some have some gifts and some have others?
Right. So that's a good question. So that's what we wanted to clear up is the idea that witchcraft and psychic abilities or healing abilities are synonymous is not true. That's not factual. Anyone can practice witchcraft because it's a learned craft. It's a craft that's learned. No one's born a witch. Like, you could be born into a family that practices witchcraft, but you're not a born witch. You are born with specific abilities, possibly, that you might have been gifted from possible genetic lines or from
past
spirit, or from trauma later in life even. But no, they're not the same. Like, so anyone can practice witchcraft. It is not a religion. Okay, like, it's not. Wicca is a religion. Witchcraft is not.
Right.
So that's a different. There's a difference there.
It's
Wicca
a practice. It's not
practice.
Yeah,
like they have like like songs they sing and like rituals they follow and stuff. Like, everybody does the same thing in there. It's like witchcraft is not that. It's the anti-religion. It's like we just do whatever we want that works for us, right? There's no rules to it really. And people will say there's rules, like threefold rule, whatever, but that is not true. That's true for Wicca. Again, like, it's not for witchcraft. So that didn't even exist until the 50s when Gardner came around and brought that out to everybody. So this is like, no, most witches I think probably don't have, because it's only 18 to 20% of the population at large that has any kind of psychic ability that's been, scientifically documented anyways, to whatever extent they've documented it, right? And so, yeah, that's only 20%. Now, how much of the population practice witchcraft, right? Probably about the same. So, like, it's much smaller percentage of witches that would have any.
So is that our Venn diagram, like our overlapping here, and like in the middle is us, right? Where like we are gifted and we practice, right. But like not everybody that's a witch is like us,
and not everybody that's psychic or healer practices witchcraft.
Right. And
so it's not the same. It's not. You can't just lump it all together. Like,
no, like one would say that the psychic witch healer would be like the thing that we are, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. But all of those things also exist away from each other in exclusivity.
Right.
Yep. But
to varying degrees as well.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Because there's some people that are connected 24/7 all day long, and
like us.
Yeah. If you guys have okay, so here's a test to find out like how connected you are. It's very simple. Do you talk to yourself? Okay, like, do you talk to yourself? And if so, how many streams of consciousness do you have in your head at any given time? Because if it's anything more than one, that is considered abnormal and not normal at all by any standards. So personally, I have like 4 or 5 streams of consciousness at all times going through my head. I'm like, as I'm speaking right now, I'm also thinking of other things inside and talking to myself. Like, that's just normal for me. Apparently, I found out, as I'm going through my neurobiology classes and stuff in grad school, that's not normal. And that's actually considered anomalous. So, like, that is, it's also indicative of a dissociative system. So there's another thing is people that are psychic are right on psychic and schizophrenia and dissociative identity disorder are right so close to each other. They're like right on the line of just like literally stepping over the boundary to each one. And the only difference between them, because if you account for brain physiology and neurotransmitters and stuff, the only difference is the narrative that the individual is told growing up. So that
is so true. Yes.
If the narrative is that you're special and you're hearing spirits and those spirits are going to give you information, then your life is as a shaman, as a medicine man or medicine woman, whatever.
And from my shamanic studies, Anna, like you are spot on about that. Like that is the shamanic thing is the 4-way thinking.
Right. Yes. And Lizzie, yes. Yeah, they do all the time.
Oh, Lizzie. Yeah. Okay. So, I'd love to answer this question actually. So I have a thing that I do with spirit because they always want to talk to me, and Anna experiences this as well because we both talked about this one.
Right. I don't have a method like her though yet. I got to figure it out.
My method is I put on a hat, and that's when spirit can't talk to me because funny story, I was grocery shopping and a spirit came up to me and told me when my ex-husband was going to die while I was shopping for sausage in the freezer. Like, I'm not even kidding. they just came up and was like, here you go, and just gave me the whole visual, the whole scene, everything. And I was like, nope, done. Like, I was like not okay with that.
Yeah.
So I was like, from now on, when I'm grocery shopping, I'm wearing a baseball cap so that like spirit knows, don't mess with me. I had to do that one other time too, because I was in a Vegas hotel and there's a lot of suicides over there.
Oh, yeah.
And this spirit came over and he touched me. He was a suicide. And he touched me on my head. And I was about to go down for a nap. I got so mad at him, and I didn't mean to, but it was just like, he was so invasive. He made me so cold that it was just like, okay, listen, the witch needs sleep. I need a nap. After I get up from the nap, I'm yours. Like, you can talk to me.
Yeah.
But I am in the human form and I need sleep.
Yeah. And it comes in different ways. So this is the other thing we want to talk about too, like, is how does it happen? Like, how do we experience it? Right. So there's some people that only experience it like in their mind's ear, I guess you'd say, like, right. That like you heard it. It's not external, it's internal, but it's not you. Okay. Then there's people that hear it audibly, like out in the ether. And then there's visions, right? You can see things. How else? Like feeling things, right? You could feel it.
Yeah. Like not everybody has all the clairs, but like some people do. Some people do have all of them, but a lot of people have at least some.
If you have one, you probably have more than one.
Yeah,
maybe not all.
Sure. Right.
Yeah. And it's yeah. So like when I will get from anything from like a movie that just takes over my vision, like literally, like I get. It's a movie plays all of a sudden and it's like really fast flashes of scenes and there's no words. It's just scenes, like just like, you know, a scene of something. But that the information in that scene is enough so I understand what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, and then sometimes I hear things a lot, which is why I went to get a psych eval because I was like, oh crap, I'm hearing shit. You know, I'm schizophrenic, you know, I'm not schizophrenic. I don't have anything like that wrong with me, but they speak very fast, like super fast and no punctuation, no gaps between words. It's like all one giant long like word salad, like just right. I mean, have you experienced that too?
I totally agree with that, and I feel like we could almost do a whole episode on that, Lizzie. Like I hope we answered your question, but also like I think we should do tomorrow at 7 p.m. guys. I think we're going to do a whole episode on psychic ability and what it looks like with all the clairs,
right?
Because Anna and I experienced that on the daily.
Yeah, but like there was a period of time where I didn't know that that's what it was. Like I thought that it was just literally me talking to myself without being aware that I was talking to myself. Like yeah.
I have a question for you here too, about witchcraft then, right? Okay, since we're talking about witches and psychics, right? And our experience as witches, right?
Right.
So have you ever ritualed for your psychic ability to be better?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so have I.
Yeah, I it's not so the way that I looked at it was like I asked for it to just be given, like handed over because it felt like in my life there was like it's been given away in increments, like because as I was getting older and like more understanding of things, like it would increase a bit like gradually. But like a couple years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, I was like, you know what, like I'm a little scared still. Like things freak me out sometimes still to this day. Like I can't lie about it. I do get freaked out, but I can calm it down. Like before I would not be able to calm it down. Now I can calm it down. And I was like, you know what, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, like if this is really like if this is a real thing, then just give me all of it, right? And I forgot I did that. And about 2 weeks later, forgot about it. And then 2 weeks later, shit went crazy in my house. Like just started. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, I asked for this. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So that was it. I didn't ask for it to like be a thing. I just asked for like if it was I was understanding correctly, then go ahead and like I'm ready to just take it on now. Like let me just live in this what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. Like
like embracing it, right? So but like as we ritual, right, we know that everything that we do for ritualing as a witch, right, because this is the witchcraft that we're talking about, right, the practical application of ritual in order to explain to our monkey brain, right, what's going to happen next.
Right.
Because we're still in the human form, and our manifestation sometimes needs to look like something for us.
Right. That's a perfect way you put it, because it's like, people think it's like Hollywood shit, you know, where like, it's like, ooh, like, you know, like all this, you know, explosions and shit. No, that's not what it's for. It's literally like, because our psyche speaks in symbols, and everything that we do is symbolic, and like, you know, dreams are symbolic. Like we speak in symbols at that level. It's not even like words. So it's like all of this is symbolic work as gestures that then resonate back to us and let us know that we're okay. We've now accepted this, or we're now starting this, or this thing is just like, again, like when you blow up birthday candles on your cake at your birthday, that is a symbolic gesture telling you you're a year older. Like, you know, that when you blow those candles out, and I am now a different age, and that changes, you know, like it's a symbolic gesture. So it's the same thing, but there is a difference between the type of magic witches practice. Yes.
Like absolutely. There's all kinds of different avenues and different applications, right? So let's talk about that.
Like ritual, ceremonial.
Ceremonial magic is more it's veneration.
Right.
It's to venerate the deity or venerate the energy, right? It's or the ancestors.
Right. You're paying respects. That's
right. It's a great big thank you. It's no different than going and sitting at a church in a pew and giving thanks to your deity of choice.
Like for Easter or Christmas program, you know, the church, it's like same thing. It's not a place where we're doing magic. Like, it's not like, that's not the place where, you know, they always like vilify these ceremonial rituals, right? In Hollywood and stuff. And that's like the least of your concerns, is that, because those are just standard, like repeated ones that, you know, that would be the closest form of religious practice we have. But everyone does them different, you know, but like that's closer. But like when we're talking magic, like when we're doing actual spell work for a result, that is completely different than ceremonial magic. Like, that's not
right. That is ritual, that is witchcraft, that is spellcraft, whatever you want to call it. And it's really for the practitioner. It's we're moving the energies, right? We're assembling them. And when I say energies, I mean the rose petals from your grandmother's rose bush, right? Which has the energy of her love in it. Or seashells from the ocean, right? They have a certain vibration. They have a healing vibration because they've been in the ocean.
And you know that. You can put your ear up to them and hear the ocean in them when they're like, so that's not woo-woo stuff. That's like real, you know, like that stuff is all like provable.
The power of the earth, right? The things that we're given, that we have here, that are palpable, right? That are tangible, right? That you can actually feel. It's organizing them in a way that your psyche can wrap itself around saying, okay, this is now what's going to happen for me.
Right.
And that is manifestation. It's just in the form of the witch. Right. Like some people can set their mind on a goal and just be like, this is going to happen, period, amen, and just make it happen on all accounts. And for that, like, that's their style.
Yeah.
But for somebody like ourselves, this is how we do it.
Right. Like there's a method to it, and it's all of it is the steps. Like, none of the things have power in of themselves. It's like everything is given power by your intention, right? And it's literally physics. This is the laws of physics at play, because you know you can't create or destroy energy, right? And which is actually kind of a falsity, but
you can create it though, and transmute it.
Yes, you can transmute it, but and you can create it too, though. You know, like they're doing it all the time. Siren over there. But the thing is like, you know, when you're doing magic, like spellcrafting, whatever, you're focusing energy to do a task for you. Like you're giving you're like corralling it into like a laser beam, like, say, you know, like you're focusing it into like a laser, and it sends out into the universe to do a job for you. Like, it's
I think though that's where we're separating the men from the boys here.
Right. Okay. Is that too much?
Because people like you and myself, right, who have been practicing long enough, understand that.
Right. How long have we been practicing, by the way? We should probably clarify. right? So I'm 44, and I've practiced since I was 12.
So. I've been practicing since 1997.
Yeah, so I'm 32 years in of this practice. Like, right. So this is not something like we just picked up the other day.
No.
Before it was cool, like way before. And we had to hide it, Yeah. So like, just FYI, I just wanted to put that out there, like that we're not just newbies or something like at all. Long time. Yeah, long time. And everyone has different levels of understanding and expertise, and that doesn't make anyone better or worse than the other, because it's an individual practice, right? What about coven work though, Stephanie?
I'm sorry, my dog is barking. Give me 1 second.
I know, Whitney needs to stop.
She needs to behave, is what she needs.
I love that your dog's name's Whitney. I don't know why.
I know, because it's ridiculous. Like, it's like it's one word, like here comes Whitney. It's like Madonna,
Right. So, like I was a soul practitioner.
Stop.
My whole life.
I will be right back. I'm so sorry.
So, like soul practitioners is somebody that doesn't join a group of other witches, right?
Right.
I tried that when I came to LA, and I was not for me. They were not my cup of tea. It was exactly what you would expect, like like the Hot Topic vibe, and
that is
like everyone's wearing all black, and so everyone's wearing all black and the eyeliner and stuff, and they looked at me like I was wearing like a floral dress, like all girly, and they were like judging me, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, never mind. I didn't look the part, apparently, right? So that's the other thing. Like, you don't like we're normal looking, like we're not trying to be all, like, I don't know. So it just depends on your vibe. I mean, okay, a little bit, but that's just normal
look like
for us.
Somebody's witchy auntie, and
you just have crazy hair. Like, that's just you, though. Like, your hair's all like wow.
It's always been crazy. Ever since my activation. And we can talk about that too, actually, because that's the whole thing. Ever since activation, went crazy. Like, light body activation happened, and my hair became like a spiral curl, and like things got lighter. My body got lighter. Things changed.
Oh my God! I just realized it. You just gave me I just had an epiphany right now. Right now, thank you.
Tell me.
Oh my God. My hair, the red hair. Like, when that happened, like
gene activation or something.
Yeah, but like that's the same time when I started really being like doing this stuff like full on. Like, that's when my hair changed colors. Like,
and I started to look like my ancestors.
Like, okay, so you're right. That's what I just realized right now. So about that activation, initiations, okay, like what do we mean when we say that? Like, you always just have to be initiated?
No. You don't have to be, unless there's a level of practice you're looking for.
If it's a closed practice and you have to be initiated into it?
Yes. That's a yes. But like I say, like if you're a casual witch who's just using folk magic, there's no real initiation for something like that.
You can self-initiate, right? Like, but that's just a dedication.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. It looks different from culture to culture.
Right.
But
is activation a spiritual awakening? Yes and no. Like,
yes and no.
Yeah. It's difficult. Like, so it's complicated. Like, that's why we're trying to talk about it. Like, so how is that different? How would you say that's different, Stephanie?
Oof. Okay.
I know, that's a
so a spiritual awakening is where you figure out that you're not alone. Like, you've learned essentially that the meaning of I am God and so are you, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a spiritual awakening, understanding you're part of source and letting go of ego so that you can get over yourself and get out of your own way.
Right.
Activation happens during initiations.
Right.
It depends on the person, not the activator. Whether the person is activated to be a healer, whether the person's activated to be like a shaman, right? What they're activated to be. And It's an energetic activation.
Yeah. And it's not fun.
It's not fun.
You
And
don't want it. Like, you don't want that. Like, because here in the Western world, unfortunately, these are bad ones. These are not.
Anna and I are on the other side of activation, and
Right,
we cannot hold down normal jobs anymore because we are on the other side of it.
Right. No.
What happens during an activation is your light body is activated. Okay. And your soul's mission becomes your only mission.
Right.
And it's very hard to raise a family or anything like that. And actually, my gifts waned when I was raising my kids. Thank goodness.
That's very normal. That's very typical. That's,
yeah, because I think it would have been really awful for me and for them, because it's something that is all encompassing every day. And when you've been activated, you basically, like, this is what you're doing now.
Yeah. And it's like, and then there's the rabbit holes that you get into, because it's like
the realizations.
So when you realize, like, I hate to break it to you guys, but like when you realize that one thing is real, that means that everything else is real too. Like, and when that concept really hits you and you get it, it's a bit much. Like, that's why a lot of people don't ever come to get there, because they wouldn't handle it. They wouldn't be able to get it. Like, it would be too much. I think it would cause trauma. And it does.
Well, and it does. It causes psychosis for people who can't handle it. Like,
spiritual psychosis.
Yeah, when you get initiated into something, and I mean, a lot of people have seen the movie The Craft, right? Okay, and you know how they sit in that little circle with their little knife. It's very cute, and they say, you know, it's better to fall on this blade than to have impure heart when basically jumping into this void, right? Or down this rabbit hole, right? And the whole thing about that is this: when you're activated, when you're initiated, there's no half-assing it. You're either in or you're out, because if you half-ass it, you're going to go crazy. Period.
Right. I mean, yeah, like, how does that look? Like, how does it, because I have not experienced a spiritual psychosis, like, luckily. I have I thought it was crazy, legitimately, like, crazy, which I proved to myself I wasn't, and that, you know, but I wasn't like in a psychosis where, you know what I mean? I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen people losing their shit, like, and I'm like, what is going on here? I don't understand it.
The person who you see, for instance, Anna, and I know some people like this, and I'm not going to divulge anything else other than that, but it's where you can see that they're psychic, right? Or that they're gifted, right?
Right.
But you also see that they cannot control their emotions in even a 5-minute range.
Right. Okay. No, I do know. Yes, I have seen that then. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So that's spiritual psychosis, and that can happen to an initiate who decides not to follow the path. And when you've already decided to see beyond the veil and see things as they are versus as you thought they were, right? And understand the laws of the universe, and like surf that chaos, right? Like, it's humbling, it's upsetting, it's like, oh crap, you know, it's a very oh crap moment, right?
It's shattering. It can be literally shattering.
It is. And then you go, okay, I either succumb to this or I'm crazy.
Right. Yeah. Like, and the problem too is it's like a fine line again, because it's like you have to you live here in this world. That's where we are currently located. But now we're also on the other side, like dealing with all the other stuff. And it's like, to be able to stay equally distributed, I guess, like, is almost impossible. Like, like, so you can't be like half and half. You have to be all in and then all out, like, and take breaks and like make sure you're doing self-care. And so, like, when I do readings, right, depending on who I'm reading for, and it's weird. I don't know if you have this experience, Stephanie, but I have clients that come and get readings from me, and it's like, I don't know how it works this way, but I'll have like 4 in a row, and they'll all have the same exact kind of problem. Like, and they're not even in any way, shape, or form related to each other.
Yeah, I call that the patterns of the matrix. Like,
oh my God, it's like so much, and it's like, so the first reading will be like a lot, you know, and then I'll like end that up, and I'll start with a new person, and then like the new person is like the same thing, and it's like the same kind of message coming through, the same kind of heavy energy coming through, and it's like they always come on the same day. I do not know. It's like so weird, and it's draining. Like, I will be so spent afterwards.
That's why I think, and we talked about money energetics already, but I think that's why I charge what I do.
Yeah.
Is because like the heavy stuff that comes in, like I'll be down after 4 clients, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go to bed because it's just so much energy from everything coming through, right?
Right. And like I think an analogy that it could be helpful for people to understand it a little better is like when you go get a massage, like a deep tissue massage, and you haven't had one for a while, you know how your like nose gets stuffy afterwards and like you feel really sick and like gross because what's happened is they've like released all of these toxins that have been held up in your muscle tissue for a while. And so it's like re-released back into your bloodstream and you feel it all. It's like that, but worse. Like it's like that, but on an entire like everything level, like everything. And it's just
Anna,
you're drained. Yeah.
we are at 3:40, so
Right. We started.
I
Oh, do you
see
have to
some
go?
people in our chats that are also
Yeah.
new in here. Hi guys.
Yeah. Hey. Hi, Sam.
So
Yeah, appreciate you guys coming back. That's awesome. Thank you.
I have somebody's I don't know if it's an ancestor or something, but it's like tell me who this is, guys. He's tall and lanky, and he's got like a mustache, and his hair is parted on the side. And he's got like 5 o'clock shadow. And this man is sitting next to me, and he's saying he's here for somebody who is watching us right now. I also am open to questions if nobody knows who this guy is.
How old?
He looks like he's in his 50s at least.
Anybody? So wait,
He's wearing jeans and a Henley shirt and some boots. And you have a brother in spirit, Lizzie. Does this sound like him? Like boots, jeans, and a Henley shirt.
What's a Henley shirt?
And it's kind of like a Henley shirt's like where it has buttons right here. It looks like a
okay.
but it's got like buttons.
Okay.
Yeah. Got like his hair's kind of to here, kind of matted on his head because he's wearing a hat.
Oh, yes.
That's him. Okay. Well, anything you would like to ask him while we're sitting here? Also, guys, we're open for questions right now.
Yeah.
Even though I'm doing my mediumship here with, is he okay? He is just fine. He's telling me that he had some adjustment to the other side. Like he had a sudden kind of thing. Like it was very sudden. He said he didn't expect it to be so fast like that. But he is good. And did he work with his hands a lot? He's showing me his hands and that they're okay, but they're very strong. Anything else that you want to tell Lizzie? He says he loves you very much and that he will visit you in the dream time, Lizzie. And just ask him to tonight and he will fidgeted his hands. Okay, that's what it was. And it was very sudden. Yeah. He had said it was just like he was just there, But for him, honey, it was like walking on to the other side. He didn't know what happened. He didn't feel it at all. It was just like he was here and then he was there. He wants you to know that. Okay. So thank you, sir. And Lizzie, if you want to go any further with a reading from me, you can go to my website, thegypsysiren.com, or to my socials where I have my booking as well. And you can book a psychic medium reading with me on there. Okay, so what did Dominic say?
Yeah, 13, and I'm not sure if it's 13 or if it's 4. Like if you're gonna add the 1 and the 3 and make it a 4, or if it would just stay 13. Because 13 is telling you that angels are with you, right? And that you have the ability to transmute negative experiences and energies in your life, and that you should be doing that. So instead of being like this happened to me, it's more like it happened for you. You just have to see the lesson in it, right? The transmute anything bad. There's always a lesson to be learned, right? From anything.
Right. Like when spirit's involved, you can't take anything personally, right? Because they don't have our human feelings.
Yeah, ignore that spam.
Yeah, that's
I just blocked it. Sorry. Yeah, you were getting spammed. That's good. That's a good
yeah. Okay. So anyway,
them.
what was I saying? Yeah, 13. So like 13 is a good thing, actually. It's a good sign and it's a blessing from above, really. I mean, it's been inverted to be bad luck by the powers that be with the mainstream kind of movements.
Yeah.
And really what it was a sacred number.
Yeah, and 4 actually means the same thing as 13. So it's the same message, just a little bit delivered a little differently, but it's the same. It's about, again, angels, like you have ancestors around you, protection, you're protected, so protection, and also that you're to transmute the negative events in your life and make them into something that is a positive.
Actually, can I interject here, Dominic? Yeah. That was actually a sign from your mom. All the 13s were a sign from your mom saying that she's okay. Like she's sending blessings to you beyond, like as she passed over, like she is okay. And that was a sign for you, really, honestly.
Yeah, when you're no longer able to change a situation, it's a challenge to change yourself.
Yes.
Like that. Like, if you can't change, you can't control other things other than your reaction to, you can't, the only thing you can change is how you react and respond to things. Right? So, but you're like, it's like letting you know you're guided, you're being guided by like people, your loved ones. Right.
Right. Like there's a lot of ways that they wink at us, right? Like let us know they're around. Before my grandmother died, I asked her to, our whole family asked her to leave us a sign, and she said, "I'll leave you pennies from heaven." And ever since she passed away, I always get pennies everywhere, all the time, and I know it's her. And then when I know it's her, I'll even smell her perfume.
Oh yeah, I smell that Chantilly lace. Remember that perfume, like old school? Yeah. Dominic, for you, I got the Magician. So this is the card of being a magician, like being able to manifest and, cause things, make stuff happen. Like make stuff happen. But like when we get that energy, though, you got to remember that it goes both ways. Like it's not just the good stuff. It's all mostly the bad. Usually we're manifesting bad stuff for ourselves because we don't realize we're doing it, right? Like, so beware, like it's a gift, right? But be careful with it because you're just as likely to go to bring up negative stuff, actually probably more so than positive. So be positive. 23 every day, all day, every day. 23. What about that one?
Oh, Lizzie, that's interesting. Your brother sends you the number 23 every day. Well, there you go, hun. He's with you. I mean, then that's no surprise why he just came through and sat right next to me, right? And just started talking.
So weird when that happens. Like, so weird. Oh, yeah. So if you add them together, make 5, right? 5 is the message from someone on the other side.
Yeah.
Symbolizes so. Yeah. Sounds about right. The message on the other side. And they usually pop up when you're having some difficulties in life, like you're not in the best mindset. So it's a reminder. So if you could think back to when you see those numbers, like how are you feeling at the time? Like are you good? Are you happy? Or are you having stress? Like that would be a good way to kind of narrow it down.
Yeah, I think it's him watching over her for sure, letting her know, hey, I'm here. I see you.
Right.
Because she's so worried about him, and he's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it might take a minute, right, for that crossing over situation to happen sometimes, but I
No, he
don't.
was instant. He was so fast. He was instant.
He didn't see what happened.
He didn't
went.
see what happened. And guys, that's something that I see a lot of in my mediumship is that a lot of people don't feel their death.
No, I died, and I can. Yeah, You're out. I was out before I died. Like you
Like
leave.
there's nothing to fear with that kind of
Right.
thing for your loved ones. Like you
Yeah.
really don't need to live in fear with that. And I think that's something that Hollywood and also like the mainstream has really built on that fear a lot with people. And it's nothing you have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I actually experienced it like I firsthand, so I know. Like I was happy for that. I was like, thank God,
Yeah.
out. And I think that's part of the process too, is being able to see that process happen so that you know what's going on. But there are times when I think it's too fast that it happens, and it's like
Yeah, they
maybe
go
don't
into a
do that.
little bit of a shock, and he did. But like it wasn't an awful one. It's just like a oh crap, but like
Right. I think it's all part of it too is the realization that you're still you, even though you're dead. Because that was the biggest trip for me, was like when I saw myself dead on the table and I was like, shit, that sucks. And it was sarcastic. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm still Anna? Like that was me with my sarcastic tone of voice in my head. Like my personality persists, like, here. That's
mhm,
crazy. Like that was a little bit like it wasn't shocking because you don't get those emotions like here, but it could be like kind of a like an autopilot kind of deal where you're just like, what?
right,
You don't have enough information at the time to be able to process it, so you have to wait until somebody comes to help you out. Like I think, yeah, that's actually what it is. So yeah, you have to wait for someone to come and your rescue circle, so to speak, kind of thing, come help you and give you that information of what's happening. But
right.
it was weird. It's a very strange occurrence, to say the least. Like, it's yeah, it was weird. That was a crazy day, crazy day.
And you know what's really funny, and we should probably have an episode of that. I do starseed readings, right? And I've actually read for extraterrestrials before, and they don't they don't have that issue like us.
What do you mean? They
They
don't have
they
what?
just they just walk out of the avatar body. They don't have death like us.
Right. I mean, is that because of how we've been programmed? Or
Yeah,
is that
it's because Earth is so dense.
mm, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like it was very because I had zero attachment to my body. Zero. Like when I was out of it, I was like, eh. Like I wasn't like, oh God, Nope. I was just like, whatever. Looked kind of
Oh,
raggedy.
Sam, that's beautiful. Lost my son 7 years ago. He comes to me through music, sends songs. Music and
Song,
songs
music.
are from the angelic realm too,
Mhm.
Sam. So your son is very like leveled up there. Like his frequency is really good. And yeah, I'm seeing him very happy and like sending you lots of love through that music.
Music is such a thing.
It
It is.
is.
It really is. Like I just got like mad chills just even like right now. Just I have a thing with music.
Who's the I have a young man here who is a blonde. He has shaggy blonde hair. Um and he's wearing a pair of white shorts and a tannish umber colored shirt. And he's very tan and blonde. And he's sitting here waiting to talk to somebody.
How old?
Like 11, 12.
Ooh. Hmm.
Siliquus, my brother, if
Mhm.
you can. Is there a name for the brother? I am so sorry that I'm screwing up your name, but is it Sequilius? Red. His name is Red. Let me start. Anna, why don't you go ahead while I start with my cards?
Okay. I'm pulling cards now, actually. See, that's his name? Okay.
No, you need to block another one of those.
Yeah, I see it.
We have spammers all the time, guys, that come on and try to give people readings on our
Yeah, we don't reach out to people. By the way, no reaching out. Like, we're not gonna reach out and message you and be like, "Hey, inbox me." Nope.
No, we don't have time for that.
No, if you want a reading, you have to contact us. We don't contact you. Like, that's not how it works. So anytime you get something like that, just know it's scam. Like 100%. So there's no nonsense.
Red.
Darn it.
Was he like, okay, this is going to sound funny, but this is what I'm getting. Was he like a hippie type of dude? Like, stoner type? Like, hey, bro, like, I'm getting very, like, funny and like a cut up kind of guy, like a joker. Let me know if that's him. Like, I keep seeing, like, this is gonna sound funny, but Cheech and Chong, like,
nice dream of this month.
Definitely funny. Okay, good. So, like, would he, but not like a hippie type, huh? Not like, I'm seeing a beard. Is that correct? Okay, and these three came out. The King of Spears. Anna, what would you describe as the King of Spears?
Is that swords or is that one? Which one?
That would be swords.
Oh, well, that's just somebody that is authoritative but not authoritarian, right? You know, like fair, but by the book. You know, like definitely not putting up with a bunch of crap.
Okay, Sam says sounds like easy. Okay, Sam, can you tell me more about easy? Because this person has a beard, a long one, and like he's funny and he's kind of hippie-fied. And I need to get this person.
I did.
Oh, we got a new one.
Tracy Wanderer. Don't come on here and mess with witches, bitch. Get out of here.
Hello.
Damn, y'all ballsy. Yeah.
Right? It's like, get your own show. Damn.
I know. No. Same.
Eric, my son, easy. Okay, so is that must be him then, Sam. So he's here and he's funny and he's got big cheeks. Stoner. Okay, there we go. He was showing me Cheech and Chong. And like, but he was showing me Cheech Marin from when he was in was it Next Movie? Like he was showing me that.
So old school. Oh my gosh.
Right. So funny. And he's sitting here in a tracksuit. Like totally comfy, like leg crossed, talking to me, very comfortable with me. Is there anything you have to say to your brother?
Sorry, I was a little mean, but I hate that. I hate it.
Yeah, really.
Just let my ghetto get out for a second. Sorry.
Okay, so Sam, there's so if this is correct, he's telling me about a ring. There's a ring that means something or something, like you have a ring, and like I don't know why he's telling me about it, but he's affirming that it was like his grandmother's or something like that, and like you know where it is, and like it's an affirmation thing. Like this is to say this is me. I'm seeing like an emerald. So do with that what you will. If that resonates, excellent. But yeah, he's got like these big chipmunk cheeks, and I don't know why, but he's saying that that's a sign. It's a symbol of something.
Of Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow, see, I just had that happen. Like that movie just played in my head a second. That was weird. So that like his health is fine. Like that's the difference. Like the things are different now. Like health is fine. Like it's all been restored. Like what's that about? And then oh my gosh, there's also
There we go.
who's this? Okay. There's so also I got somebody in here right now has totally has abilities and they're literally in denial about it. So who is it? Somebody in here is like somebody in here knows that you guys have the ability to hear, see, whatever, and you're just like, nope, you're pulling a me back in the day. Like, nope. There's like fear here around it, like you're scared, even though you know you shouldn't be scared, it's still there. Yep. Yes. Oh my gosh. See, who is that? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Oh my god, are you serious? Sally, I curse you. Bitch, get off my fucking feed. God, hell's wrong with people?
I blocked her already. I went in and blocked her.
Start hexing people. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste my energy on that. But like, you know, we can pretend. We can threaten. So lame. Like, y'all get your own shit. Like, do your own thing. Like, why? It's like how much effort they put into it. Like, just do your own shit. You know? Hey.
Yeah, really. I know. It's.
I'm not gonna see me do that. I'm not gonna go on your shit and like.
You know what? And I just pulled a card for exactly who you were pulling for, and I got this, the mystery.
Right. Yeah. Who is it? Like who?
Who's watching us? Who has gifts? Who's like totally trying to hide it right now,
or like in denial about it because of some kind of concern about, you know, previous held beliefs or whatever. Yeah. There's that. Someone in here is definitely like there's a water energy too, so it's strong.
Mm-hmm.
So it's strong when it happens, and it's like unnerving. It's weird. You don't want to be special, right? Yeah.
Well, we'll just let them stew on that one because sometimes when you're in denial, it's so hardcore that it takes something major to happen.
Right.
But they're on with us, right? Two activators. So
right. So yeah, this is
around activator energy. Something will happen. So
yeah,
it'll catch your eye. I have a feeling somebody's going to experience the Stephanie special.
What?
Which is something's gonna blow up or a light's gonna pop.
Right. So yeah, like you don't have it, you say, but you're working on it. So yeah, like if you're working on it, you're getting any results, then you had it already. Like I think, you know, like I feel like
I've been working on trying to have it, Lizzie. Okay, well, I honestly think you have it. I don't think it's you're working on having it.
No, it's not. That's not it. That's the idea.
Surrender to it. Like there's a difference.
There's the idea that you don't have it is what's blocking you from having it. Like it's not that you're blocking from having it; it's blocking from experiencing it.
Dominic, okay, so you too. Then, are you doing this on a regular basis? Because like I feel like you could be. Dominic, tell me this one thing. There's actually two things. Number one, have you always felt like you're have one foot here and one foot in the other realm? And also, do you feel like you're like both of everything? Like you feel very what's the word I'm looking for?
Connected, but,
like liminal, like us, like let's see, how do I explain this? Dominic, like you've got that shamanistic energy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like we do. And like I see like the hanged man in my head, but right side up with both legs out, like one leg out on this side of the realm and this on this other realm. And you're so in between. It's like you're so in between. You're witchy.
Yeah, Lizzie, that those flashes you're talking about. That's exactly how they come through, like flashes.
That's how they start.
Huh?
That's how they start.
Right. It's like you could be thinking about something anything, and then a thought pops in on top of it that's not something you were thinking about before, and you're like, why did I just think that? That came out of nowhere. Yeah, it did. Come on, it did, because it wasn't your actual thought. Like that was an implant, right? Like an implant thought.
Yeah, it's you can call it an implant, yeah, for sure, right? Like it's the same thing as claircognizance, like just knowing, right?
Right. And just knowing. But
yeah, it's so quick that you almost don't see it. Right. Like it's little flashes at first. Like my grandfather actually showed his face to me one night after he passed away, and it scared the bejesus out of me.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like that still freaks me out.
Yeah, it was so fast. And I didn't have the things that I have now where I will get my body's like a barometer where I can tell you if I'm feeling like spirits coming around.
Yeah.
Definitely. At that young age, I didn't have that yet. So I very much was like, because I just saw this like disembodied face just floating above my face. And it's my grandfather whom I love, but oh Lord.
Yeah. Not in that way. Yeah. See. Okay. Yeah. So
okay. So Anna, I want you to try for Sequoius for Jerice.
Okay. What's the question? Anything?
What I'm sorry again. Was it? Let's see. I'll look right now. Okay. His brother, Red. Or no, his brother. Oh, try Jerice. Okay, so not his brother.
Okay. Jerice. Okay.
Ask him about the day he was murdered. Okay. It was with a gun, wasn't it? I'm seeing that he was shot and my head hurts.
Is this the guy with the matted hair? Like, is this the guy with hair? The matted hair?
No.
No? This is
a new person.
Oh, man. Can you guys talk slower? Like, hey, please. It's like a millisecond of just this stream of consciousness, and you have to somehow.
Did he like to wear a white hat or a white, like, something on his head?
Oh. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Dominic, that I understand that completely. And actually, I offer spiritual guidance and activation for people like yourself who want to be on the path or feel the call. I do that. On my website, I have one-on-one magic activation with me where I activate you. But then I have spiritual guidance afterwards so that you're not just out here raw dogging it, right? Like going through an activation. Like you're actually like understanding how to work the energetics.
Mm-hmm.
He wore a ball cap, son, but did he have like a white ball cap? I'm seeing a white cap on his head, Sequoius.
Yeah, there's like periods of rest that are needed here, though. Like seriously, do you get like that hurt that spirit is like kind of taxing them on the psyche for them? Like, even though it's not negative per se, it's just demanding.
This one,
yeah,
Jerice.
Like, is it demanding? Like when they have that, is it usually a demanding kind of energy, or is it like an understanding kind of energy? What do you think? It's more common.
This guy, this one right now, I don't know if it's common or not. What I'm experiencing is a very heavy, intense energy right now from this young man. I'm seeing like he had a slight build, like he wasn't a large man. I also see that he was younger when he passed away.
Right, Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, that like emergence of the psychic ability and stuff is a slow moving process.
Right? Oh, it is for sure. But there's also ways to be coached to learn how to channel more efficiently.
Right.
Also trust your intuition too, right?
Yeah. I have never done that. I've never done that. It's always just been, not in that setting. Like, I don't know what that would be like. I think that'd be cool. In Japan, they just made a machine that can read people's dreams while they're dreaming and put it on
Yeah,
projector. Isn't that crazy?
that
I
is
don't know how
awesome.
accurate it is. Huh?
It's kind of awesome, but it kind of scares me too.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What the heck?
Yeah, I've actually studied under several teachers, and I learned how to access my channel better and just allow spirit to work me better. And I learned how to follow and trust my intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like what a teacher is necessary for when you have a gift like this. They just kind of guide you so you understand how to use your gifts better.
Yeah, because otherwise it's just like you're just, what are you doing, Like,
yeah, you're out in the wind trying to hone these skills with no roadmap.
Right.
You need a roadmap.
Like back in the Thomas Guide days, like before Google Maps.
Right. Exactly. Like it needs to happen. You need to have a map.
Yeah, these are like there's like 10 of swords here though, like at the end. So like it looks like wait, so 9 of cups, 10 of swords. So it looks like soon, oh my gosh, you're gonna get like, oh my god, the thing that, hang on, I cannot understand. Just a second. I just heard 3 things at once. Hang on. And now it's for, oh god. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna get the thing. So there's something that you want right now, like that you've been trying to get, and they're saying, yeah, you're gonna get it, but watch what you wish for. Like, be careful what you wish for, guys. Like, that's a really important one. So like when we're talking about energy, like again, the how is not important, right? Like the how is not that important. It's the what, right? At the end of the day, right, Stephanie? Like that's what we're looking at, is like, what are we asking for? And we got to be willing to get rid of what or how we get there, right? Like
the end result. We have to say, okay, this is what the end result is going to be, and then I'm okay with however I get there.
Right, because that's the problem. Like
our attachment to how we do get the outcome is a problem.
Right.
Like if you
the
just
preconceived notion of how it looks, the journey.
Instance, yeah. For instance, if I do a ritual for a beach house, okay, and I want a beach house, right? Now, what did they say? Do you get spirit? You connect?
I don't. Not sometimes maybe, but like there, we don't have like I don't know. That's a earth thing. Like
okay, so I can go about this 2 ways or several ways, really. There are so many ways that a beach house could land in my lap. But I can either say, okay, I'm going to attach myself to the program of I have to work hard in order to pay the money, cash money for the beach house. Or I can say, the universe loves to give me gifts. I'll get a beach house. I just don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And I'm putting the intent there and the energy there. So by all means, give it to me the way that the universe has the terms to give it to me.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Wow. Dude, all of a sudden I just got like, okay, a lot of information in my head. It's a lot. Why is that happening right now? So that's the other thing too, is like I second guess all the time. Like this situation, I'll be like, why are you telling me this all right now? All of this right now, like at the same time. It's like, I don't know what's up. Who's in here? Like, is someone else just coming? Wait.
We have about 7 people viewing right now. So
I know. Just saw like a whole scene though. That was kind of a little upsetting.
Yes, he's at peace, but he's also very tense. His like energy. Sequoias asked me this. His soul is at peace, I would say, but there's unfinished business there somewhere.
Someone's energy is keeping them tied. Like, okay, so
like he can't rest until this other person's on the other side too.
Right.
And it's a thing that he's holding on to that he will let go, but it's going to take time for him on the other side. And since he didn't work it out on this side of the veil, right, in the human form, it's going to take a little bit longer.
Right. There's like a down period of regrouping, and yeah, it's definitely like that's so weird. I got that. What else? There's something else. There was another thing I heard. What about?
All right, I got rid of another scammer.
Hey, this is cool. Like, this is where we're getting the spammers. Like,
yeah, hey, you know what? All my haters just made me so much money because they proved me right every time. So
right. There's like this again, the disconnect between that spiritual side and like the earth side, right? There's a disconnection.
But like, I need you to know, Sequoias, that just because he's got this unfinished business doesn't mean he's not he's not tormented. Okay, you need to understand that he's not tormented, but he's not fully at peace until everybody's on the other side that like they can work the things out that they need to. Okay,
right, and it's like he's in a period of rest, like just
rest, right? But like
animation, almost like kind of vibe to it, like a stuck one spot, can't really go forward yet. It will happen. Like
yeah, exactly. It's
very strange. That's the
it has to do with a female. It has to do with a woman. And yeah, and that's all I'm going to give. If you want a further reading, you know where to find me.
Yeah, the thing I saw in my head was also involving other people, but like that's why I don't know who it's for. Like if it was for anyone specific here, but yeah. So that's the thing is like when people die, we're the ones upset about it, right? Because we lost them, but they're not because they don't have those same feelings anymore. But I guess collectively, our energy can keep them kind of tethered here, like to where they can't, like fulfill, like do their whole embodiment of themselves in that realm, right? Like because there's this drawback to the material world all the time. That's a rest. Like there's a rest that's happening. Like why is it like 4 weeks? Like 4 weeks. I just heard 4 weeks. What is that for? Let's see. Oh, yeah. This is family stuff. It's family. Family's like keeping them. Yeah.
I saw an older woman too.
Yep. Like the old crone lady, but like not a crone because she's not witchy. She's
somebody's grandma.
Short, and has an accent. Like, who's this? Like, yeah, there's a. Oh, I got it. Okay, yeah. So the guy, right? There's like, yeah.
Okay, so Lizzie asked, "Can us missing them keep them from moving on?" No. Yes and no.
It's like
there's a difference here, and I'll tell you the difference. Yeah. The difference is the normal missing versus the twin flame, soul contract, painful. I can't live without you. Missing. There's a difference.
Yeah, that's a problem.
My grandparents had the soul contract twin flame missing you so much I'm dying of a broken heart situation. And it was awful to watch. And that does keep a spirit grounded per se for a while from transitioning into a better dimension because you're both so tied to each other.
Right.
Like I'm talking about people who have been married in a loving marriage for 50 years. I'm not talking, and I'm not talking, marriages all have their ups and downs and stuff, but I'm talking like, people who their way of life is each other, right? So like that level of enmeshment can affect you in the spirit world.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what, definitely. That's what I see. Like there's a twin flame thing, man. Gosh. Every time I hear it, all I'm seeing is abusive behavior that's being explained away and accepted and like.
But see, that's the thing. There's a difference, right? Because people always think they found their twin flame. And I'm like, first of all, you don't want to.
Right. Because that's like you're dating yourself, right? Like,
you're attracting some major lessons in your life to be mirrored at you so you could have some sight clarity.
Right. Yeah.
And sometimes that can become enmeshment because of a trauma bond or codependency. And then flash 50 years later, y'all are still here doing your thing. And then somebody passes away and it's like you can't breathe because you don't know how to breathe or be in the human body without this other tether, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the grounding force to the earth force, like grounding to the earth.
Right.
Yeah. This is
Yeah. So like normal grieving and normal missing doesn't do that. Do not fret about that. I'm talking heavy codependency and twin flame crap would do that.
No thanks. I'm gonna pass on the twin flame thing. I would no everyone hear that again in my own personal like, no thanks. It's so toxic. Like it is like runner chaser. Not. If they're running, just let them go. Like.
And I mean, I can extrapolate on this one a little bit, and it's going to sound insane, but it's the truth. So I met my twin flame, and it was somebody who actually was a Holocaust doctor in my last life, and I had died in the Holocaust. And and I knew this person immediately by the smell. Because I knew that I had a vision that this person was this person and that they were going to smell this way when I met them. And it was spot on. And they even looked like the person in the past life.
Yeah,
like they brought over the characteristics.
Right. Oh, I hate that.
And the reason for the encounter was I was going through a death and rebirth situation, and I needed that energy of mirroring. I needed to be worked by the universe to see exactly where I was absolutely insane in the moment, and like where I needed to let go, right? Instead of force my will.
Right. That's the ego thing too.
Right.
Get over yourself, and like you don't know the answers to everything. Even if you have that check mark, even if you're verified, you still don't have the answers for everything. Okay, nobody has them all.
No, God, no, nobody has all the answers. We just have the roadmap on how to surf the chaos and surf the energies, right?
So there's a shift. Like literally, I just saw a shift occur, like right then, like the shifting in my actual eyeballs, like went fast. So that means. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. So one of you guys, like, and it might be, Lizzie? It might be Lizzie, is gonna get a shift coming up here soon, like into it, like full gear. So like, ooh, yeah, like I just got that. Like
you might want to contact us when that happens, Lizzie. But also, okay, you said, wow, so is that like the Akashic records, if that's the right name for it? What are you referring to, babe? Lizzie? I'm trying to remember what I was talking about that like would sound like the Akashic records.
This is like contracts, right? Like
contracts are the Akashic records.
Right.
Yeah, so like, okay, so everything we have in this world is energy, right? And we have energetic contracts.
Right.
Like I saw my past life. Yes. Okay. Yes, I'm an Akashic reader. Yes, I've been an Akashic reader since 1998. My own mother, who is a psychic, taught me how to read the Akashic, and I also studied Edgar Cayce, who was the most famous Akashic reader.
Sleeping psychic, right? What do they call him?
Yeah, he was a trance psychic.
Sleeping prophet, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I see my own past lives, not all of them, but I do get flashes, especially when I'm with someone who I've had an energetic contract with before. I will get flashes. It will also floor me like I've been punched in the stomach.
Yeah.
That's a fun one to explain on a first date.
Yeah, right.
But I can tell you, yeah, I can see those things. And so like that's how I knew though that this person was a twin flame, was because the extremeness of the contract. Like we only have our most extreme contracts for the most trusted souls in our lives, and like they may come across as the biggest a-hole you've ever met and you hate them, but like they probably still taught you some major lessons. And then on the other side you'll see that, oh, like, and this is going to be heavy, guys, and I'm sorry to get real heavy here, but this is true. Okay, so like who would you rather kill you in the Holocaust? from the other side, like when you're planning it, right? Who would you rather do it? Somebody who you don't know, or a soul that you completely trust to carry this out? It's a horrible idea, right? It's horrible.
Choice.
It's a horrible choice. But if you're given a timeline on the earth and you're sitting there with God and the angels and all the deities and everybody, right? And you're planning out your life and you go, okay, I know I have to do this. I know I have to go through this to experience in the human form, but okay, then I want you to be the one to be there with me.
Yeah, this is past life. I saw. Yeah. How do you know that that's really what you're seeing, though? Like, for me, it was very easy to know. It was like my brain couldn't have come up with this.
What do you mean?
So mine was, one of my past lives was really, really disturbing, like horrible. It was here in the United States during, like, I don't even know, like during the time when, like, the Dutch took over, like, the West Indies, right? Like during this.
Oh, yeah.
And like I had this, it was horrible. It was the worst. I was like so excited because I finally got into the meditative state where I was able to see something, right? Like after trying forever. And then what I saw was like, what? This sucks. Like I wasn't happy about it at all. It was basically like I had befriended, like I was a white girl living on a plantation, like, and I befriended people I wasn't supposed to befriend. And like they got punished for my transgression in this horrible vision that I had. It was the worst thing. And I was like, what in the actual? So sometimes it's like you're not going to see things that you even knew were possible to exist. And it's like upsetting because I know damn well my brain would never have come up with that scenario because I didn't know that was even a thing. You know what I mean? Like at all. And it was really upsetting.
So, yeah. And well, healers also, right? Okay, so people who are supposed to understand the human, right? And understand how to heal the human.
Yeah.
We're put in more extreme soul contracts, right? We take on more extreme contracts so we can understand the whole human.
So we have to live it, like literally, like go through a lot of the things to some degree or another to be able to then go forward and help other people navigate through it successfully, right? Like that's important. It's like, and you think about it like this, like if you had a drug problem or whatever, some kind of addiction, like are you going to want to go to a doctor or counselor that's never had a problem like that? It cannot relate to you, like what you're talking about, like, and then just tell you like, it'll be fine, cheer up, glass half full, not half empty. Like I'm gonna punch you in the face, like stop. Like, if it was that simple, right, we'd all do that.
Right.
It's not. So you have to, you got to be careful. Like what?
Well, and you want to go to somebody who's been in the trenches that you're in, right? Yeah. You want to go to somebody who gets you on that base level, right?
Right.
And that's why we're here, and that's why we're called. And actually, I think we'll have another episode on that one too, about the healer life and call and all of that.
Yeah. So if your life is full of chaos and trauma, you might just be.
You just might be a healer. So guys, thank you so much for coming on and joining us. I mean, this was fabulous. I always love our conversations.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start doing this other thing too. We're gonna start doing a giveaway, like, and as more and more people start joining, so you guys subscribe, like, share, whatever your platform is that you're on. But so just like you're doing today, like conversing in the comments, like we're gonna start probably tomorrow. I think we're gonna talk about it. It might be tomorrow, it might be next week, but we're gonna start a giveaway. And the giveaway would be like free, like full reading, not like a mini reading, right? Like a full one, and it will be
yes.
So if you're interacting and stuff, then you're automatically entered for that drawing. And then at the end of the show, we will announce the winner, and then that person can then have a reading and with one of us, and so that's what we're going to be doing, giving back, like some extra incentives for you guys to like come back and say hi and share it out too. So we're going to start that maybe next week, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know yet. But
I don't know, but tomorrow, guys, tune in because we're going to talk about more psychic phenomenon. We're going to talk about what our gifts are like at all times, how we experience them. And also, we'll do some more live readings. So tell your friends, it's a great one since it's Mother's Day too. I mean,
Oh,
tell your
my
mom or your
goodness.
sister or your daughter,
Yeah.
whoever, hey, get on. These ladies are legit. They're accurate psychics.
And
Like,
if you have questions about the topic, like if you have a topic, question that you want to talk about, like, or us to talk about spirituality, esoteric witchcraft, any of it, like, let us know. Hit us up in the
yep,
comments or email us or follow us on social media and tell us because like your input is important because that's what we're ultimately we're putting it out for other people to hear it. So we want to know like your thoughts on it too. So please, thanks guys so much. You guys are awesome. We love you. You're amazing.
yay.
And we'll see you then tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah. See you all tomorrow.
Great, guys. Ciao. Have a good one.